Have a look, huh? Make sure that the edge that you want to let it touch the fan is clean and is 90 degrees perfectly. So this should be 90 degree reference that you rely on. If you do like this, I will do this because it is not a reliable edge. Understand? Understand? Good. Have a look. See the way that I position my hand, huh? The left hand push this way, right hand push forward. So this is the part that to cut wrist. In order to flatten it, you have to use the scraper. Do this first before doing the next cut. If you don't have a scraper, I suggest you use this. You can use your stainless steel ruler.
New me.
And then use this rough to sharpen it. Make it very sharp, and then you can also use it to scrape. Work very well. Okay. Understand? Now I'm going to cut more. Let's concentrate on the way that I manage my hand. When I draw back, you can see I just let my finger walk. You can see that at the beginning, the left hand push against the fan. Okay, and the right hand, you can see that the thumb of my right hand stay here, and then push forward. So once you reach to halfway of the length, you draw back like this. You don't have to worry about this piece because this piece will not be kicked because there is no channel here. It's free. This is the bit that you have to worry. So once you almost separate the two hand focus on this board, the board that stay in between the channel, and then walk. Okay, when you walk, you make sure that you keep things straight, huh? Don't need to twist that way or this way, and you listen to the sound of material. If the sound get very constant, that means your movement is correct. But if you get some strange sound, huh, that means your movement is not straight. Understand?
Then the last piece, why got that sound?
Hey?
The last piece that you do, it sounded very different. Like for this piece.
Yeah, what different?
It sounded like a problem like that.
Did you see any problem?
No lah, but as in that sound doesn't mean anything.
Is that the point?
No, like if I hear that sound, like I can continue doing.
Yeah, you can keep in mind and be more mindful. Okay.
Even the lathe also, you hear sometimes the sound is different one.
Now I'm going to show how to do rebating or grouping. I will show the demonstration, and the second half I let you do it. Or you don't want to do?
I want to.
What do you think? So before doing another adjustment, lock, press it down. Because when you do adjusting without locking this, if someone bump the on switch, your finger will fly away. Be very mindful. Now I'm going, can you turn off? I'm going to groove in order to put 3 mm plywood. Thing that you have to keep in mind, huh? The thickness of this blade is about 3.2 millimeters. 3.2, huh? And I think it fit well with 3 mm plywood. Plywood from Art Friend. For your major project, huh? The housing of your wooden doll, huh? You have two options of material. The first option, you rely on plywood like this. The benefit of getting plywood, you don't have to do dressing. You don't have to uniform the thickness because it has already prefabricated from factory. You can buy and then use it. But if you use solid timber, you have to go through the process of stripping the thickness. You get a chunk of wood, right? Cut according to the thickness that you want. Go through the thicknesser, and then you have to plane the edge in order to create 90-degree reference, and then you can cut. So there are a number of processes. And I'm sure that you get very tired during that time, you know. So just go to a smart choice of material. Understand? You have to know that 3 weeks before submission, is very stressful. Don't overestimate time and cost. Underestimate, sorry. Don't underestimate time and cost. Now I'm going to group. What you need to know before grouping, you need to know how deep you want to groove. So the depth of the groove should be indicated according to the thickness of material. The groove shouldn't go beyond half of the thickness of material. For example, if the thickness of this board is 12, the groove, the deepest that you can groove is 6 millimeter. You can make the depth of the groove be equal to half of the thickness of your material or lesser. But don't go beyond half of the thickness of your board because it will weaken the structure. It is clear? The easiest way, the easiest way to identify the depth, you just use square, mark the line, and then indicate the depth that you want to cut. So this board is, the actual thickness is about 11, I will make it 5. And then I will draw the arrow here, like this. So the arrow point at the marking line that I will use to indicate when I target the blade. And I write down this up. Then you lower it down till the highest point of the blade touch the mark that you indicate here, like that. Okay? So now you set up the height of the blade according to the depth of the groove that you want to do, and then you lock. The next step, you have to mark. Let's say that your groove stay at the mid of the width, the midway of the width. And then if you already found this part, you should start measuring at 10 millimeter, because when you use the rasp to file it, you lose some millimeter. Be very mindful. $47. And then you mark it here. Okay. And then I target it. And then if you have a lot of residue like this, you clean up first. It's about that.
Do you aim for the center of the line? Like for the center of the blade to be on the center of the line? Or
No, I will not make it at the center of the blade.
Oh.
I rely on the highest tip. You can see that there is 2 tips
Yeah.
of each teeth of the saw blade. I let one side of the teeth touch the marking line, which is like that.
Okay. Then like that, it may be not so centralized, like a little bit.
You have to use your mathematical knowledge about
Okay.
this.
Cool.
It's your, I can't tell you any actual formula, because if I tell you, everyone will use it as a template and it may not fit a kind of your group. So I just have to make it quite general. You understand? Because your guy like a successful template, huh? I don't have. So you have to adjust and apply according to the type of your project. Now, you can put your hand like this when you do grouping. Before grouping, you have to make sure that you check this first. Check that the blade, the tip of the blade is not above this surface. And the way to check, you just use ruler and then check like that. You have enough clearance. Understand? And then you can place your hand like this. Don't grip the material like this, because you may lose your finger. Keep your hand on top of your material. I will show you how to group. On the fan, please. Make sure that before grouping, check that this whole unit is locked. Some students group without locking and then it's going further and further and it may cut your finger. This is what you should do before grooving. Okay? This is the completion of the process of grooving or rebating. And you can see that it fits 3mm material very well. So this can be the base of your box. Okay, this can be the base of your box. The next step, I'm going to show how to do miter. Or I think before miter, we cut 90 degrees first. I will show how to trim this end. How to cut identical length, relying on that fence. You can see that we have a small material, and some of you is not quite tall. you get stuck here. So if you feel uncomfortable, you have to move this back to this position. You want to do it now? You can practice. So everyone help to relocate this friend to this position. So can you turn off the front door?
How do I know when it's okay? This one will come on, right?
Where did you get it? Here you put here. Put nearby the origin. You can put it
เคย
here.
แต่ก็
No, you don't.
Never.
Where lose weight though?
Just pull your back if you
Is
lift
it very heavy?
Very heavy.
Do you want to start a new video?